Let me ask you something. How do your mornings feel lately? Do you wake up clear-headed, ready to take on the day? Or is it more like a fog, where your brain feels a few steps behind your body and everything feels just a little off? It's not just you. After 60, mornings hit different. Your sleep changes. Your hormones shift. Your mind doesn't bounce back like it used to. But here's the good news. You can train your brain to wake up sharp. You just need a better system. One that works with your body, not against it. No magic pills. No expensive gadgets. Just small, reliable habits that get your brain humming before the coffee even finishes brewing. So today, I want to walk you through a morning routine that actually clears the mental cobwebs. 6 simple steps. No nonsense. No hype. Just things that work. Let's get into it. First things first, don't reach for your phone. I know, it's tempting. That little screen is right there, buzzing with news and texts and headlines. But here's the truth. Checking your phone first thing is like dumping a truckload of noise into your brain before it's even had time to wake up. It messes with your focus, triggers stress hormones, and worst of all, it hijacks your attention before you've decided what matters to you today. So instead of grabbing the phone, do this. Sit up. Put your feet on the floor. Breathe. 3 slow breaths. Feel the weight of the day settle in. Let your mind wake up at its own pace. Those first 5 minutes, before the world starts yelling at you, those are sacred. Guard them. Now, once you're up, here's step 2. Drink water before coffee. I'm not here to take away your morning cup. We all love the ritual, the smell, the heat, the comfort. But hear me out. After hours of sleep, your brain is dehydrated. And a dehydrated brain is a slow brain. That morning grogginess you feel, it's often not age. It's just your brain running on empty. So before the coffee, pour yourself a glass of water. Room temp. Maybe add a squeeze of lemon if you're feeling fancy. Drink it slowly. Give your body what it actually needs. You'd be surprised how fast your thoughts start to sharpen after that first glass. Like someone turned the lights on in your head. All right, on to step 3. Get natural light within 30 minutes of waking. Your brain runs on rhythm. Not just thoughts, but actual internal timing. It needs signals from the outside world to know when to fire up and when to wind down. The most powerful signal? Sunlight. When you get outside in the morning, or at least open a window and let that natural light hit your eyes, you reset your body's internal clock. Your circadian rhythm kicks in. Your mood lifts. Your mind clears. Even just 5 minutes can change the way your whole day feels. Don't wait till noon to open the blinds. Let the light in early. Let your brain know it's time to wake up and engage. And while we're talking about engaging, step 4 is a game changer. Move your body, even a little. You don't have to hit the gym. No one's asking you to do push-ups or jog 5 miles. But a bit of movement in the morning, stretching, walking, even light yoga, wakes up your entire system. It gets oxygen flowing to your brain. It tells your nervous system, we're up, we're alive, let's go. And here's the bonus. Moving your body early in the day actually makes your thoughts sharper all day long. It boosts something called BDNF. Think of it as fertilizer for your brain cells. Helps with memory, focus, and even mood. You don't need a routine that exhausts you. You need one that activates you. Even 10 minutes can light a fire in your brain that burns all day. Now, we've talked about what not to do. We've covered water, sunlight, movement. But here's something that often gets missed. Step 5. Feed your brain before you feed distractions. What I mean is this. Before you scroll, before you check the news, before you read texts from people who want your energy, take 5 minutes and put something good into your mind. Could be a page from a book that makes you think. Could be a journal entry. Could be silence and reflection. Whatever fills you with clarity, not noise. You see, a lot of people eat junk first thing in the morning. Not food, mental junk. And then they wonder why they feel anxious, confused, or scattered. So flip it. Start your day with something intentional. something that points your thoughts in the direction you want to go. And last, but absolutely not least, step 6, set one clear goal for the day. Just one, not a list of 10 things, not a vague idea of being productive. One simple win could be organizing a drawer, calling your grandson, finishing that book, taking a walk. Doesn't matter what it is, just make sure you choose it. Because mental clarity isn't about doing more. It's about knowing what matters and actually doing that. When you set a single intention in the morning, your mind stops spinning. You stop reacting and start leading. You move through the day with purpose, not panic. And that, right there, is what changes everything. Now, if you've made it this far, you're already ahead of 90% of people your age. Most folks are out here wandering through their mornings like zombies, half awake, half scrolling, totally checked out. But you're choosing to wake up with intention. You're choosing clarity. And here's the secret. That decision right there, that's what keeps your brain alive. See, after 60, your mind needs direction. Not pressure, not perfection, just direction. These small shifts in your morning aren't just good habits. They're brain-saving rituals. And the longer you stick with them, the sharper you stay. So let's slow down for a second and really feel what that looks like in real life. Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning, no alarm screaming at you. Just a quiet room, maybe a little light peeking through the curtains. You sit up, take a breath, feet on the floor. You don't grab your phone. You're not rushing. You're just awake. You pour that glass of water. Sip it slowly. Feel your body coming online. Maybe you step outside or just open the blinds and let that soft light hit your eyes. It's peaceful. It's simple. It's yours. And then, instead of checking the news or reading about some disaster across the world you can't control, you stretch, or walk, or move your arms in circles, loosen up your back, whatever feels good that day. You're not working out. You're just waking up on your terms. Before you even finish your first cup of coffee, you've already done more for your brain than any puzzle app or memory supplement ever could. Because clarity doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from choosing better. And here's something most people forget. You don't have to earn that clarity. You don't have to deserve it. You already do. You just need to stop drowning it out with noise. Now, I want to take a minute to talk about something important. A lot of older adults feel like mental clarity is something you lose over time, like a set of keys you forgot where you put. But it's not lost, it's just buried. Buried under years of habits that don't serve you anymore. Buried under distractions, bad sleep, skipped meals, stress, and noise. But it's still there. Your sharpness, your wit, your sense of direction, it hasn't gone anywhere. You just need to clear the way. And morning is the best time to do it. Because in the morning, your brain is soft clay. It's moldable. It hasn't hardened into 1,000 thoughts and distractions yet. That's your window. That's when you get to shape the day before the world does. So when you follow this routine, when you hydrate, when you get light, when you move, when you feed your mind something nourishing, you're telling your brain, I'm still in charge. And that message matters. It builds confidence. It builds momentum. And it reminds you that age doesn't mean decline. It just means you've got to be more intentional. You know what's wild? Most people your age spend more time planning breakfast than they do planning how they want to feel. But feeling clear-headed is something you can engineer. You don't have to leave it to chance. You just need a few anchors, a few rhythms that pull your mind back to center. And listen, some days, the routine won't go perfectly. Maybe you wake up late. Maybe you skip the walk. Maybe you grab the phone without thinking. That's okay. This isn't about being perfect. It's about coming back to what works over and over again. You don't have to do all 6 steps every single day. Even just 2 or 3 of them can change the way your brain feels by noon. But if you stick with it, if you give yourself a week of mornings like this, watch what happens. That fog starts to lift. Your memory stops slipping as much. You start finishing your thoughts instead of forgetting what you were about to say. Your mood steadies. You feel more like you again. Not because of a pill, not because of some complicated system, just because you chose to lead your mind instead of letting it drift. This is what they don't tell you about aging. You don't lose control. You give it away, slowly, one habit at a time. And then one day you wake up and wonder why your head feels heavy and your energy's gone. But here's the beautiful part. You can take it back, one morning at a time. You can reclaim the clarity, reclaim the quiet, reclaim the space in your mind that's been taken over by noise you never asked for. You just need to start your day your way. And look, I get it. You've been through a lot. Life has thrown its punches. You've seen people your age start to decline. Maybe you've even felt it creeping in. Names getting harder to recall, tasks taking longer, days blurring together. But that's not your future. That's not your story. Your brain is still yours. And as long as it's yours, you can train it. You can wake it up. You can nurture it the same way you'd care for a garden or a grandchild or anything else that matters deeply to you. The best part? It doesn't take hours. It doesn't take money. It just takes a few minutes each morning to say, I'm still here. I still care. And I'm not letting myself drift. That's power. That's clarity. And that, my friend, is the kind of strength that never fades with age. All right, let's bring it home. You've set the foundation. You've taken the wheel back. Now it's time to finish building that morning routine so your mind stays sharp. Not just today, but for the long haul. So here's the part most people miss. Your brain doesn't just need a break from chaos. It needs direction. It needs something meaningful to grab onto. Otherwise, it drifts, wanders, thinks about old regrets, worries about the future, replays the same tired loop of what if. But when you wake up and give it purpose, something to chew on, something to create, you're feeding the very parts of your brain that fight off memory loss and mental decline. And that leads us to the next step in your morning routine, engaging your thinking brain. Not scrolling through your phone, not passively watching the news. I'm talking real, focused thought. Now, before you roll your eyes, no, this doesn't mean doing Sudoku or downloading some brain training app with cheesy music and a $9.99 subscription. You don't need that. What you need is something simple, real, and ideally, something that matters to you. Maybe you pick up a book you've been meaning to finish. Even 10 minutes a morning with a good story or a thoughtful essay can light up the brain in ways you'll feel all day. Or maybe you write, not for anyone else, just for yourself. Grab a notebook, jot down your thoughts, your dreams from the night before, a quote you heard that stuck with you, or a memory that's resurfaced. You'll be surprised what comes out when you let your hand move across the page. You could even talk out loud. Yes, really. Speaking your thoughts, your plans, your reflections each morning helps connect language, memory, and emotion. It keeps your communication pathways firing. This small act of focused mental effort wakes up the real you, the thinker, the storyteller, the wise soul with decades of lived experience, who's still evolving, still learning, still growing. That's the version of you we're calling to the surface every morning. And once your brain is awake, hydrated, moving, and focused, it's time to feed it. But not with sugar or cereal or a slice of toast and jam. You want mental clarity? You need food that actually fuels your mind. Here's the truth most people ignore. Your brain is mostly fat and water. So when you skip healthy fats or dehydrate yourself first thing in the morning, you're already setting yourself up for brain fog. Instead, go for foods that fight inflammation and support memory. Think eggs, avocado, a handful of walnuts, some wild blueberries, a little olive oil on toast, a cup of green tea, even dark chocolate. Yes, really. You're not eating for calories anymore. You're eating for clarity. And once you shift your thinking like that, every bite becomes part of the routine. Every meal becomes a choice that says, I still care about my brain. Now let's put all of this together. Picture the version of you that shows up to each day with energy, confidence, and calm. You didn't get there by accident. You didn't luck out with genetics. You built it. You built it through a routine that respects your mind, through habits that say, I'm not done yet, through mornings that set the tone instead of letting the tone be set for you. And what happens when you repeat that every day? Your mind gets sharper, your thoughts get clearer, your words come faster, your smile feels real again. And here's the beautiful, brutal truth. No one is coming to do this for you. No one is coming to protect your mental clarity. That's your job, but it's also your opportunity. Because every day you wake up is another chance to say, I'm still building, I'm still becoming, and I refuse to fade away quietly. Let the world be noisy. Let the headlines scream. You've got a routine now, a path, a rhythm. You wake up and you hydrate. You move. You breathe in the light. You feed your body and your mind. You read. You write. You speak. You choose clarity. And because you do that consistently, your brain thanks you in ways you'll feel for years. Not just with better memory, but with better days, better conversations, better sleep, better moments with the people you love. You may not be 30 anymore, but who says 60 plus can't be sharp, focused, and fiercely alive? Your brain didn't retire. So don't treat it like it did. You've got decades of wisdom, a future worth shaping, and a mind that's still capable of wonder. All it takes is a few minutes every morning to remind it who's boss. So here's your invitation. Tomorrow morning, before the noise creeps in, before the world starts pulling at your sleeves, choose you. Choose the routine that brings your mind back to life. And if you found this helpful, or it sparked something inside you, drop a comment below. Let me know what part of your morning needs a reset. Let's build this community together, one clear mind at a time. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. There's always someone who does. Here's to sharper minds, stronger mornings, and a life that keeps getting better. You've got this. Thanks for sticking with me through this. If you've made it to this point, you're not just watching, you're invested. And that tells me something important. You're not here to coast through your 60s and beyond. You're here to thrive, to fight for your mind, to protect your clarity like it's gold. Because let's be honest, it is. You're already ahead of the crowd, because most people over 60 have been sold this quiet little lie that mental decline is just part of the package. That forgetting where you left your keys, or struggling to find the right words, or zoning out halfway through a story, that it's normal, that it's just age. But that's not the full truth. Sure, some changes are natural. The brain slows down a bit, just like the knees or the back. But shrinking into silence? Losing your spark? Letting your thoughts get fuzzy and your confidence slip away? No, that's not age. That's neglect. And we're not doing that here. You now have a blueprint. 6 steps that, when practiced consistently, become more than a routine. They become a defense system, a mental armor, a daily reset button that says, I know who I am, and I'm not done yet. But I want to leave you with something deeper, because this isn't just about food or sleep or hydration. It's about your identity, your belief that you deserve to be clear-headed, that your thoughts matter, that your voice still has power. So let me ask you something, seriously. When was the last time you felt truly mentally alive? Not just functional, not just okay, but fully present. If it's been a while, I want you to know it's not gone. You're not too old. Your brain hasn't checked out. It's just waiting for you to show up again. Every time you take that walk, or put the phone down, or take 5 minutes to write out a memory, you're telling your brain, I'm still here. And the brain responds. It adapts. It rewires. It fights for you when you fight for it. And the beauty of this? It's never too late to start. Not at 60, not at 70, not at 85. There are people in their 90s publishing books, learning languages, starting YouTube channels, dancing, painting, falling in love, because they chose not to let their mind fade. And you can do that too. So here's your final push. Tomorrow, start your morning with intention. No autopilot, no rushing, no checking your phone before you've even breathed properly. Wake up, drink water, Move your body, soak up some light, feed your brain real food, and engage your mind with something that matters to you. It might feel small at first, but over time, it changes everything. You'll notice your thoughts come easier. Your words flow better. You'll feel more in control, not just of your mornings, but of your life. And the people around you will notice too. You'll carry yourself differently. You'll speak with more confidence. You'll remember names, stories, and details that make people stop and think, wow, they're really sharp. And you will be, because you're doing the work. So don't stop now. Keep going. Keep showing up for your brain like it's showing up for you. If this video spoke to you, if something inside you clicked, drop a comment below. I want to know, what's your morning ritual going to look like tomorrow? What's one thing you're changing starting today? And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who might be quietly struggling. You never know who needs this message until they hear it. We're building a community here, not of people who've given up, but of people who are choosing to rise up. Your clarity isn't gone. It's just been waiting for you. So go reclaim it. Here's to mornings that matter, minds that stay sharp, and a life that keeps surprising you in all the best ways. I'll see you in the next one.